What's up, guys? Disclosure Artist here, and I wanted to divulge to you guys my most recent security briefing. This one actually took place a number of months ago, and it's with regards to the guard that I relieve of duty when I report for my shift. And this guy is a few years younger. He grew up out here, and he relayed to me after I actually got to know him the best out of any of the other guards that I relieved of duty. But he actually took the longest for me, for whatever reason, to ask him about his supernatural experiences. But he basically told me that when he was a kid, I guess he was out in the wilderness. Either they were camping, they had a summer house or something. They were, in a wooded area, and him and his little brother, they went. I guess they heard a noise on their roof, so they went outside and they were together standing looking up at the roof, and it was, I guess, a one or two story building, but they could see, they had a clear shot of the roof, and they could see a dark crouching figure on their roof. And as they continued to observe it, it, I guess, gained awareness that it was being observed and stood up. And it was then that he could see it standing against the wall, or there, I guess there was some sort of a roof access, so it could surmise, it could measure, use it as a yardstick to see how tall this thing was. And based on his memory of the structure on the roof, as this thing stood up against it, he could see that this thing was, 8 or 9 feet tall. And it was a dark, shadowy being. And as it stood up, it kind of just backed up into the shadows and disappeared against the darkness, as many of these shadow beings will do. And having said that, having told me that story, he then, after continuing to talk to him about it a couple different times, remembered another event that for whatever reason he had blocked out, that involved a Hat Man sighting. As he described it to me, he saw this tall figure with a wide brim fedora type style hat, trench coat, everything. He didn't know it was called the Hat Man. I said that sounds like the Hat Man at that time, and then he told me that when it looked at him, it had glowing hot red eyes. So again, this is a guy who wears, he's got a handful of, I guess you could call it, metal satanic looking rings on his hands. He's a young guy. I don't know how much of it he believes. He wears, when he changes out of his uniform, you could call it that, you know, satanic looking t-shirts and that sort of thing. It's just his whole style and vibe. So maybe it was these events that occurred in his youth that shaped him into this guy that he is now, or maybe these things appeared to him just because of his the nature of his vibration. So I just think it's more evidence that what we're fighting in this earthly plane is a spiritual war of entities that are interacting with us, both positive and negative, and every way along the way on the spectrum. In this guy's case, he's dealing with some dark shadow entities. I don't know. He didn't seem like they scared him. He said maybe at the time it did, but now, I guess he's kind of just made peace with it. So that's all for now, guys. All right, take care. Stay vigilant.